Welcome to our walkthrough of Cryptogram Letters and Numbers. So essentially this game is about guessing or figuring out what the quotes are in the, at least the beginning, or the what the sentence is based on the clue, which in this case is famous quotes, and the numbers that are underneath each letter. So you will know how many letters are in each word, and of course how many words are in the sentence, and also they will give you a couple to make things easier. So the first one is very much just a tutorial puzzle, level 1, pretty much just handed to you, where there is blank, there is blank, and they're the same letters. So where there is wove, there is wife, right? That's what it should be, but I think they came up with a different answer. They should put that, like, say, poor translation from some weird comment about being a bad translation, or just but that one was pretty easy, and as intended, the first few are fairly easy ones to do. I give you a little bit of hints, but one of the things if you look down at the beginning of the puzzle, you'll see letters in green. So those green ones are ones that they've already given you, and not only that, they are still available in the puzzle. So in the case of R, the R is, I can't really see the letter of the number. I think it's 18. But whatever it is, if you go to that same corresponding number and you type in that letter, it will be an R. So you can do that with each of the green ones. Like I've said this before, and I'll probably say it again a couple times. I think that's just the feature. It should be automatic, but I don't know. I'm assuming that they feel it gives you a sense of accomplishment to put them in yourself. Once you've got what number 19 is, or maybe that should just be a setting, an advanced setting or a paid setting or something, where you just if you've guessed what the letter 19 is, okay, just fill in all the 19s. Don't make me go searching for the letter 19s. I got old eyes at this point, and been staring at computer screens too long. But as you go through here, there's a lot of ways to figure out the puzzles. You might just know what the quote is. So we've seen here, they've pretty much given us turn your blank, blank, blank. Turn your, so that's obviously an O there. So turn your blank, so it could be pound, round, turn your round ass around, turn your butt around or something, I don't know. But it's going to be a famous quote, and usually in this game they seem to be at least somewhat inspirational. But you go through, turn your hound. So there are a lot of potential ones there, but you can eliminate, like turn your, it looks like it's a plural, because it's just not ound, it's probably ounds, and you can kind of figure out from there. Turn your bounds into wisdom. Turn your wounds into wisdom. So always remember when you're playing games like this, if the category is famous quotes, wisdom probably be thrown in there. Great man, stuff like that, men. So as they're showing you there, they're giving you the letters. Now the letters that are grayed out are done. They were part of the puzzle and they are no longer available. So that gives you a bit of process of elimination there. And you can go through and you start to just figure it out. So I'll give you a couple pro tips here. From my use of the English language, I think there are only 2 letters that we use as by themselves, and it's probably A and I. There might be some other ones that I'm not thinking of. But as you can see, I is already taken, so that one must be A, right? That's what you kind of look at. The vowels are ones that when you're guessing, especially in the beginning, because there will be a time that you need to guess, you can up your odds by trying to guess a vowel in a lot of cases. And, obviously one that's a lot in there. But you might be able to figure out just because there's a lot of one thing. That in itself is a clue. So, give, even if. So, we figured out A pretty much given us give, even if. And this is one thing you got to be wary of is the good old fat fingering. I just missed one, even though it was given to me. I missed it because I clicked something near it. So give, even if you only, of course, hove. Could be hove, but it's have. And we know that next one is an A because it's already come cleared. We could have put that in much earlier. Give, even if you only have a, okay, we already know what this letter is. We know what both of the letters are. So give only if you have a little. So fairly simple one. Now the game will give you, as you go along into the harder levels, they'll tell you the difficulty level basically by proclaiming how many people have passed it or what percentage. Excuse me. So once again, you've got to go through here, and the smart thing to do, and not necessarily the exciting thing to do. Sometimes you just read it and you look at it and it kind of just makes sense. You can sort of sound out what the puzzle is about. Is to go through and just go in and try to guess. Like you got a 3-letter word. The is going to probably be the most common, but not necessarily one. So you just look at the structure of the word. Is it could that possibly be well, it has 2 7s as the last two. So I'm going to guess it's probably 2, T-O-O. But, it's just something you have to look at. So what do you see here? You see 2. If that is 2, then we know the next one is O blank D. So what would 2 O blank D be? Well, there are not too many words with O, a letter, and then D. So I think the only one I can think of off the top of my head is L, but as you can see, we've already got the L. So we could have put the L in anytime we want, and it's too old. So we get too old, so we know the quote has to be about getting old. So we have start. Start to what? Start to love before we get too old? Maybe. Start to love. We should. Yeah, we should. I mean, we know what that letter is, right? No, do we know what that letter is? It's an S? Looks like it. But it looks like we should. And we know that A has got two of the same. So, what 3-letter A word has 2 of the same letters at the end? Well, there you go. We should all start to love before we get too old. Well, we know it's not O because the O is not there. It's live. We should all start to live. And that one was, who was that? Mahatma Gandhi? Okay, so we got a new puzzle here. We're still in quotes. Now, once again, we have to take a look at the possibilities here. We got a 2-letter word that starts with T. That should be pretty easy. There aren't too many choices there. And since we already have the O, we know what that is. That's an easy one to get. We got some 3-letter words. Remember, this is about quotes, and we have a W with an H at the end. Wish probably is going to be that word, but not necessarily. Not necessarily. You have to, just make sure everything's available. Now we have W blank RL. Is that O? It looks like that's an O. So world. Last one should be world. We picked up the D. That's nice. And we can start looking to see, is that to feed? No, that's only, what word? That's E. To see. That's should have been easy. Wish to see. I mean, that's got to be it or in, right? Or is. And we have all those letters except for in. So you pretty much can guess. Yeah, and that is wish. Wish to see in. I don't want to guess all the time, but wish to see in the world. And so we still have a bunch of letters, T, H, and N we can use to fill out. See, B, the. Is it image? No. Oh, that was a wrong button there. Be the change, right? Be the change. Be the change. Now, we should have an H there available, because that looks like it should be H, that you wish to see in the world. Be the change that you wish to see in the world. This is another Gandhi quote. Yep, another Gandhi quote. Mahatma Gandhi. Some interesting ones. Now you have to earn gold, I guess, or buy it. I don't know if you can buy it. You can buy the game. It's like, I think this game is around $4, $4.75. If you don't want to see the ads, it came up and I kind of missed it there. But I think it's around there, around $4.75 to not see the ads. So once again, we just go through this puzzle as we would some of the others. You just look at what's obvious. We have two-letter word that starts with a T. So there aren't too many choices. So they're pretty much giving you an O. Right there, right? I don't know why I'm paused here, but yeah. So I mean, sometimes you look at it differently each time you look at the puzzle, which is good. Looking at things at different angles, having a little bit. When you're working on this kind of puzzle, just having a slightly different process as you're doing it allows you to attack it from different angles, because there will be certain techniques that just don't work. We're out of letters right now, so we are going to have to guess at some point. But the O is probably obvious from the U and the 2. I don't know why it took me a while there to figure that out. But, when you're looking at it, you're kind of looking at things differently. As see there, that one was actually a mistake. I went through, I thought it was a different word, so I threw the O in there, and it was wrong. So even though I knew the O wasn't wasn't that number, because I was confident that was a different word. So you will make mistakes when you're overconfident. So the only blank to blank blank work, right? It could be dork. It could be fork. I didn't even think of fork, but F is still available. But work, like I said, these are usually quotes. Work would be something apropos to be in a quote about, a famous quote. So the only blank to blank work, U. So we do have plenty of letters now, W, E, H, and L. The only way to as we fill this out, you can sort of see what the only way to blank do. Oh, there it is. To do great. You can see it. The only way to do great work, and then it's gonna be is to. And we can see that's a D, right? It's got to be a D. No, our D is to. Oh, it's a. Okay, and you got to go with the obvious sometimes. 4-letter words in great quotes, love and life are probably number one. The only way to do great work is to love what you do. Steve Jobs, I think that one was. So my eyesight is a little compromised. But as you can see, this is not terribly, I wouldn't say terribly difficult. This, I think for maybe older folks, this would be a much greater game. Older folks, I apologize for that. Just folks who are more interested in these kind of things, quotes and letters and numbers. This is certainly not an action game. It's not going to get your blood going. It might get your brain going, though, but definitely not your blood. So this is definitely a much longer puzzle, and you've got to kind of, you got 2, 4, 6, 7. I'm giving you 7. So a longer puzzle doesn't mean harder by any stretch of the imagination. You've got plenty of places where you can do educated guess to figure out, like there, whenever. That one is fairly easy to put together, and it opens up. So whenever, that looks like someone would be whenever someone, something. We're still filling out the trying to do each, putting in the letters. Like I said, it's just kind of a cumbersome gameplay to go through it. There we go. That looks something like before or believe or something like that. Is that what it is? Believe, Beli. I can't say that. Doesn't look like, but maybe become. Becom. No, I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't. It could be believe, I think. But yeah, so you go through and still got plenty of letters. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 letters now with multiple things, and go through that. It just seems sorry to complain about it. I almost did it again. So you go through, you got a 2-letter word there. Do we know what that is? Just going through, and I said sometimes when you start reading the quote, you just pick it up. You may have heard it once or twice in your life, and just makes it easy. Someone. Yeah, so in the previous version, this isn't the first time we've played this game. We uploaded it I think about a month back. And unfortunately, we lost maybe 5 or 6 levels. I think we go through in the gameplay here, we add those levels back, plus 1 or 2 more. And so if it feels like I'm familiar with these puzzles, I am. I have played this one. Some of these I've seen before, so it's not as if these were fresh looks, but was whatever, a month ago. And I said, they weren't terribly difficult a month ago. It's just a matter of, working through the puzzles and, thinking, okay, this is how you should do this puzzle. So as you can see, we've still got plenty of letters. We'll go through and put those in as we do. And so there are these breaks. If you don't pay for it, which, this kind of puzzle might be, puzzle game might be nice. Just sit back, let the ad run, let it clear your mind, let it help you find a different perspective. So the ads are not so intrusive, perhaps a little annoying when you're when you can get a little momentum, I guess, going, and you click, and then the next thing you know, you're in the ad, and it could distract from you, which isn't the worst trial or tribulation you'll face in the world. But so there we go. We got some OW words. We got snow, show, how. There we go. We got how. Just sound it out. Say it to yourself. Even, I don't know. Do it in your reading voice. Some people can read without actually hearing the words in their brain. I'm a slow reader, I suppose, but I seem to get a lot out of it. So here we go. We got still battling through here. I don't know. We can use the S's there. So the A is available whenever someone it looks like believes, right? Or become is they, them. Is the Y out there? Y is not picked yet. Them. So still some M's out there to find and fill out. Whenever someone. Oh, okay. You got this. We got two letters that are the same. We got an S. So whenever someone blanks, it's alls, right? Probably. The L's still not found. No, we haven't got the L's yet. Oh, it's because, right? Because, right? Is it because? Yeah, because. Yeah, I can see that. Because them, because I what's that? Oops, wrong letter there, fat fingered, or mistake. You decide. Yeah, I think that was a mistake. Just still plenty of letters, 3, 4, 5 that we know, and right, or any or and, right? Oh, forced that. So what do we got here? Because, right? Yeah. Because it's got to be now. I mean, no, sorry. I know how. Because I know how. Whenever someone it's two of the same letters, we know the S is there, so it's got to be calls. Whenever someone calls, caps. No, cats. It's got to be calls. Whenever someone calls me, still, yeah, filling out letters. So, yeah, we know that. Superset, and the U is there. So we just need to fill out the U, and we know that's hug. And hug them because I know life is, I know how tough life is for the, that's visually impaired. So cute. Yeah, whenever someone calls me, it's a U there, so ugly. I get super, right? I get super sad and hug them. Whenever someone calls me ugly, I get super sad and hug them because I know how tough. There you go. So we have all the letters to finish it, and it's done. Nice puzzle. Okay, well that's pretty much cryptograms level. What level is this? I don't even know. It's let's see. Looks like it says level 3, so maybe this is this. I don't know. I think there's 4 levels plus 3, so maybe 7. I don't know, but let's go ahead and just figure this one out as we go through. Okay, level 4. You got 3 letters to start with. So the ones with fewer letters to start with be very difficult. Right? At some point, you're gonna have to take a guess. Generally speaking, level 4. I don't know what that means in the game. If that means, how hard it is. I think this one is maybe a 70%er. But you just are going through and plugging away. You're going to take your best guess along the way. This one, so we still have a T left. Once we get this T in, it shouldn't be too bad. We got 2 4-letter words with start with W. So the first one is probably what, right? First 4-letter word. And the second one is something different, so maybe wish, but this, a few 4-letter words that we start with W, so we'll have to kind of, but there you go. So we have what, and open up that H and A, it's going to give us a few. Of course, the 2-letter word, that letter that ends with S, that's not an A, it's going to be is. So is what comes up there. Going through and just thinking these out a little bit. Still got an A out there, still got an H out there. So we can fill that out and work on it. Is what? No, use all our A's. Is what blank? The H's are gone. Do we have an S in that? Nope, S's are gone. So, whom happens when? Ooh, my gosh. Is what happens when. Okay. I think we're starting to get this one. Is what happens when blank happens, blah, 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 blah. Okay. This isn't too bad. So, just go back to what category we're in. We're in quotes. So, you've got a 4-letter word with I and E in it. So you can pretty much guess what that is. It shouldn't be too difficult to figure out. We got like is what happens. No, I'm gonna go with life. Life is what happens when blank blank. The plans, right? Even though it's not the plans. So you got that I in blank. It's what I'm eyeing is that I in blank. It's probably G, since it's definitely not S. So I and G is, I think, your best choice if you have to guess. Life happens when you're we got the Y, so when you're what? When you're in the U, so when you're busy making other plans. Who's got that one? Whose quote is gonna be that one? So that's the thing. I mean, you can play along. See if you're faster at it than my old brain. This one is a John Lennon. Yeah, that's right, John Lennon. So I think we've got 1 or 2 quick puzzles left, and then we'll be done. Give you a head start on this next one. Ooh, how many letters? Just 2? G and M? Ooh. And one letter already used up. We got somebody peeking in on us. But, so there we go. Once again, we got the one letter word. So we can get that down to an A or an I. So yeah, it was either going to be men or man on that one, right? So we got great man. We had multiple A's out there, so you can still burn those up. 2-letter word that doesn't have an A in it. And every great blank is a, so at this point you can pretty much guess that's woman. Every great man is a woman. And the quote usually something like, behind every great man is a woman, something like that. So that's kind of what we should have in our minds. Behind every great so we know that's every. That should just fill that out. Is it behind? Yeah, it's definitely behind every great man is a woman. Blank, blank, blank. Oh, so we got those letters. We got I's. So yeah, behind every great man is a woman blanking, blank eyes. Yeah, you could pretty much guess that's her. So yeah, this one is just, I don't know if it's cheating or not. If you know the quote or something similar, you can use that to get you through. It's yeah. So that one, who was that? Jim Carrey. Behind every great man is a woman rolling her eyes. So the last one is a Jim Carrey. It was behind every great man is a woman rolling her eyes, I believe. This is the final quote, plus or minus a few words or letters. So in this last one here, we got another long one. I think this is the last one. It says level 6. I think this gives us 10. I don't know if this is 10 puzzles or not. I think there's 4 in the first stage in the and then you get, this is 6 more, so I think that's 10, and this will be the last one, I think. You're seeing this with all the ads cut out. Without the ads cut out, this thing gets to probably be, let me see, almost an hour. I think it's 56 minutes, it looks like. 56 minutes. We'll cut that down a little bit, remove a handful of the what do you call, so the ads. Hopefully none of them make the end. It's easy to miss 1 or 2 as you're playing. These edits are long ones, and I usually do them late at night. But cryptogram levels 1 through 10-ish. They are, you can, some of these levels you can really have a tough time looking at them. If you don't know the quotes, you can certainly get stuck. Usually there's a process of elimination. I don't think it's cheating to go in and ask, ask a chatbot or anything like, how many 3-letter words have, start with the letter A. Give me every 3-letter word that starts with the letter A. And, if you got to work it out that way, it's actually a great way to kind of develop. So this is another one that, if you know the quote, I think I'm going to do one more because this one is pretty easy because the quote is pretty well known. We'll get one more done. Yeah. It's better to be thought a fool than to speak out and remove all doubt. I'm sorry, that was an... So yeah, I think this is the next one's the last one. So the last one, I think was Abraham Lincoln. Better to remain silent and be thought a fool than to speak out and remove all doubt. I think that's the exact quote, but forgive me if I'm off a little bit. But this looks like it's the last one we got here, and because that last one was so easy. Level 7. Take a look here. We got another one that's, the one letters obviously has to be A. Since the I is taken, the A was already out there anyways. So, just moving along here. Playing some cryptogram letters and numbers. If you have jumped to the end just to see, feel free to start at the beginning or just play along with us. We're all the way up to level 7. If you just starting the game, you can play along and feel free to look up and get clues if you get stuck. But this is not meant to cause you aggravation, though. I don't know, a little bit of aggravation is probably healthy. But if you truly are stuck, feel free to look up and see the answer if you need it to move on in the world. To move on. Because there will just be some quotes that you don't know. Or if you fat-fingered a couple and you're not sure. Because you will need to guess. I don't... my command of the English language isn't so great that I know every single word and have the ability to keep them all in my brain and eliminate them as potentials depending on what letters are missing from the alphabet. But if yours is, it's great. So that one was pretty easy. Once you made a mistake, right? Once you got made a and then made a misunderstanding, made a mistake. It's a fairly easy one there. So we got tried, right? Mistake, blank, tried. So, yeah. So we got a repeater word there. It could be fever. Fever's available. It could be Peter, but it's never. Never made a mistake, never tried. And I think the rest of this is pretty straightforward. Anything. That's pretty much easy. New, right? Never made a mistake, never tried anything new. And, when I heard this quote the first time, I thought it was if a man never made a mistake, he never tried anything new. But it's not the quote that I remembered. So I was probably misremembering, or just heard a variation. But yeah, this one was pretty easy too. So I guess we're gonna do one more. But it's a person, right? A person who never made a mistake, never tried anything new. And the quoter is Albert Einstein? Is that who it is? I can't see that far. Okay, I made promises. That those last two were going to be the last ones, but they were so easy. What's going on? This looks like I can already see what the puzzle is. Am I that good? Were you all out of letters already? So yes, you've got to kind of go through and guess now. You got R, right? It could be arc or art. But if you're going to guess, E is probably a good spot to guess. A good letter to guess, right? Now you got E and you got a bunch of E's. R-A, break? Is that what that is? Or a great? It could be great, or it could be break or great. We're looking at quotes. I think great has a much more likely chance of being in a quote than break. Still filling these out. Finish out the E's. And there it is, our last E. R-A, great. And that's it. What's that? It's a long... Everyone, everybody, everyone's, everybody are a great. Yeah, I think you gotta, and let's get those T's and G's in there. Feel free to pause and, if I'm a little bit ahead or a little bit behind and you're just annoyed with my thinking pattern, you turn down the volume or pause. And if you get stuck, maybe restart. We got 2-letter words starting with T. How many do we got? I think we got 1. So that'll give us the O. We got a 3-letter word with a T and an E. There's a few out there. As always, the most popular, and H is available. Everything. There you go. That's right, everything. Okay. Everything are a great. I think we almost got this one. Time for one more? I don't think so. I'm not that close. We still got Y, H, and N's available. And it's they. There we go. They or then, sorry. I don't need to guess. There. The letters are right there. It's free. Or them. It's them if it's, yep, see? It wasn't them. It's a letter I know. That was a mistake because I was just so confident it was them. It just made sense, but it was they. They or them, right? The Y's are gone. We got one more. Well, as we come to the end of this puzzle, I want to say thank you for making it this far. It's quite the journey. It was enjoyable. I enjoyed the game. Not sure if I'm going to be a Cryptogram Letters and Numbers devotee, but the occasional play. If you are interested in having me play some more of the other puzzles, or you have one that you're stuck on, just drop it in the comments. Maybe I can help you out. Maybe take a screenshot of the puzzle you're stuck on, and I'll use my cryptogram abilities to give you the next. I'll give you the next letter, like Sudoku, right? I'll give you the number that the only number that's next in the pattern that is logical. Of course, these are words, and sometimes just someone looking at it, can someone else who just happens to know the quote knows the letter pattern makes sense to them. Think they know everything are a great annoyance. There you go. There's your long a word, right? Two. Come on. Should have got that O much earlier. Annoyance are a great annoyance to those of us who do. That's what it looks like. Is W available? It is. Those of us who do. And this one is think they know. Who and once again, this is that people. People is a very weird word to see, and once you get used to seeing it, you got it. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. If hopefully we'll see you again soon.